This is the AEW Dynamite September 13, 2023 full show results video, which takes place at Heritage Bank Center in Cincinnati, and the show started with a match between Big Bill Morrissey vs. Jon Moxley for the AEW International Championship, and the result of this match was Jon Moxley defeated Big Bill Morrissey by submission when Big Bill mounted punches, flipping the bird at the crowd. Jon locks a triangle choke on while Danielson holds on to Starks to keep him out of the ring. Morrissey taps out and retained the AEW International title. Post-match, Starks and Morrissey turn the tide and beat Mox down, but Bryan recovers and Claudio Castagnoli makes the save. Claudio staggers Bill on the apron, but Ricky pulls him down and saves him from Blackpool Combat Club. Roderick Strong and the Kingdom are interviewed backstage by Renee Paquette, who is incredibly cute tonight in a white shirtwaist and a cropped leather jacket. Before he can say much, Adam Cole rolls up to ask Roddy to reconsider because Samoa Joe might break his neck, and Strong scoffs at him. Tony Schiavone is in the ring with a painting with a cloth covering it, and he introduces Don Callis, who makes his entrance with Konosuke Takeshita in tow. Callis says there have been many great aces over the years, but Takeshita is better than all of them. Better than Rikidozan, Maeda, Sakaguchi, Choshu, Okada, and Inoki, and beating Kenny Omega twice in 7 days makes Konosuke not just an ace, but the alpha. Don reveals the next target of the Callis family as former IWGP Heavyweight Champion and Kenny Omega's living, breathing heart, Kota Ibushi, and he reveals a painting of Ibushi cowering as Takeshita stabs what appears to be a wakizashi downwards at him. Callis stabs the painting right in Kota's face with the screwdriver, and Takeshita shoves a bouquet of roses in Tony's face for some reason. Blackpool Combat Club are interviewed backstage, and Bryan Danielson says BCC love it when things escalate, and he challenges Starks and Morrissey to a tag match against him and Claudio on Collision this week. Jon Moxley says title matches are easy work, and Rey Fenix comes up yelling about how he's gonna win, referees and security pulling him away. Quietly in the background, Eddie Kingston walks up and stares Claudio in the face and tells him one more week. Back from commercial, Renee Paquette interviews Hook. Before he can speak, Orange Cassidy rolls up, and he's just walking around, and he saw Hook all mad, and he wants to know why he's running around all mad. Hook tells him he was a great champion, Orange says he is too, and they fist bump, and Orange tells Renee he's so tired. Then we saw a women's Fatal 4-Way match between Dr. Britt Baker, DMD vs. Hikaru Shida vs. Nyla Rose vs. Toni Storm to become the #1 contender for the AEW Women's Championship, and the result of this match was Toni Storm won the match by pinfall with a folding press on Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, becoming the #1 contender to the AEW Women's World Championship. Post-match, Shida shoves Baker and Britt grabs her kendo stick and leaves. Renee Paquette interviews Saraya and Ruby Soho backstage, and Saraya congratulates Toni and says she's proud, but things are different from a year ago when Storm was the champion and she was a newcomer. Toni lost everything, including her mind, and she is crazy, but she's also going to lose her match next week because Saraya isn't going to lose the title. Back from the commercial, the Sex Gods make their entrance, and they wanted to remind us of some of the great memories through the years, and Jericho tosses to a video package on the Tron. Chris talks about seeing Sammy on the NWA 70th anniversary show, and he was so blown away that he called Tony Khan to tell him they needed to sign Guevara right then and there. Sammy said Chris is his friend and he's inspired him. He used to do codebreakers in the backyard, and he wanted to thank Jericho for changing his life because, without Chris Jericho, there is no AEW. He admits Sammy has to beat him to get to the next level, but to do that he's gonna have to be better than he ever has before, but he doesn't think Guevara is ready yet. Sammy says there it is, that's why he has to win, because Chris doesn't respect him the same way he respects Jericho. Jericho shakes his hand and pulls him in for a stare down, nose to nose, and Y2J wants to make something clear. Next week he's gonna give him the match of his life, and he's not going to go easy on him. He's going to beat the hell out of him, punch him harder than he's ever punched before, and he expects the exact same in return, and Sam says he wouldn't want it any other way. The next match happened between Hangman Adam Page vs. Brian Cage, and the result of this match was Hangman Adam Page defeated Brian Cage by pinfall with Deadeye. Post-match, Swerve Strickland challenged Hangman Adam Page to a match at WrestleDream, and it is official now, and then Brian Cage attacks Hangman from behind and Prince Nana joins in, landing a few stomps of his own before dancing while Brian chokes Adam. The Young Bucks make the save and Cage eats a super kick party while Nana keeps dancing, and he turns around and eats a super kick party of his own. Then we saw a tag team match between Cool Hand Angelo Parker and Daddy Magic Matt Menard vs. Darby Allin and Nick Wayne, and the result of this match was Darby Allin and Nick Wayne won the match by pinfall with a coffin drop from Allin on Angelo Parker. Post-match, Christian Cage gets on the mic and tells Nick Wayne that he was scrolling through his mom's Instagram account and a couple of things bothered him. First, his mom doesn't post enough bikini pics, but he sent her a special request on the side. Then he proposes a rematch, Allin and Sting vs Cage and Luchasaurus next week in New York. In the main event of the show, we saw the AEW World Championship Numbered Contenders Tournament Finals between Roderick Strong vs Samoa Joe, and the result of this match was Samoa Joe won the match by submission with the Coquina Clutch, becoming #1 contender to the AEW World Championship. Post-match, Samoa Joe said next week he's coming for him in his backyard, and he's going to walk him down, beat him up, and take everything he has, everything. He leaves, and Adam Cole makes his entrance, and Roderick Strong immediately falls over clutching his neck as soon as he sees Cole and things escalate to him being stretchered out while the Kingdom berates Adam. Joe attacks Cole from behind when he gets to the stage and he tells Max this is what he meant by everything, and he chokes Adam out with the Coquina Clutch, and the show goes off the air.